Okay, I got the heater core unit out, and I'm going to show this in steps. It's kind of easier to see with it all out than to try to show you how this went in, or how it was in the car. So a couple things. This is like if you're facing the front, sitting in your car facing the front, and you got 4 bolts. These are the 2 top ones, or some nuts holding these down. One here, one there, and then underneath there's going to be one there, one here, and one here. And something else I want to point out is this is a cable, and this will go through a little hole in your firewall off to the right. And if you look, it has a loop on it. Mine kind of got a little bit messed up coming out, but this is actually inside the engine. And what you want to do is there's like a little metal clip that goes over this. You pop the metal clip off and you just lift this off, and it's on the valve that actually controls whether or not the hot water goes into your barrier or not. So that's looking at the front. Again, there's 4 nuts that hold this in the dash, and I'll show you those there. 1, 2. On the top there's 2. Notice these are up in front and those are back here. And I want to swing around the other side and show you what's going on here. So from this side, you'd be looking down in the engine bay. And I had such a hard time, I'm going to flip this up. I had such a hard time because I could not see down there, and the hose would not come off, and there's a little bit of remnant of the hose on there. So if the hose would have came off, the heater core would have just slipped out, and all would have been good. But I could not get it out, and I hadn't done this job before, and it was so hard I couldn't figure out why it wasn't coming out. So you can see on this side, I was thinking maybe, I kind of was worried that maybe that was the case, because I couldn't really see down in there, that maybe there was a little hose left. So I thought maybe if I squished it, it would give it a little bit of give, and that didn't help out. And with this big pieces, this is usually supposed to stay in the engine bay. It's just a kind of like a grommet to help keep the cold air out and stuff. And so I had to, basically I got a pry bar, put it up against here, and I was pressing on this side while somebody on the inside was pulling. And we essentially had to overcome and suck this whole grommet through. And then the heater core unit came out. Now I'm going to make another video later on showing how you actually get the heater core out of this big plastic piece. But I'll do that later. Now I'm going to go out to the car and kind of show you what it looked like when it was in the car. I'm not going to bring this out, I'll just show you how I got it. Here's from the inside, and right here's where that rubber gasket deal went. And here's those 2 top screws, one here, and back there's the bottom ones, one there, and then one over there. And you got this bar, and it goes, I think it was right here. And the bottom's got this little lip thing that you can't get off while you're working on it. Once it came off, it just came off, you know. So basically when you unscrew it up there, it's just going to hang down. And it looks like you almost have to take this out, but you don't. In fact, I actually started taking the screws out. But you don't have to worry about this. Is your air conditioning unit. And you don't want to pull on this anyways because, oh, there, you can see it there. Alright, sorry about that. Neighbors came over, chatted for a while. So, again, you just got those bolts on the bottom, bolts on the top, and there's just 4, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. You got this bracket, and that's, I believe that sat right there and bolted up to the top of this. Anyways, actually, I can't remember, but you'll see this is only one bracket you got to take out. Don't mess with this thing. I got to put the screws back in there. You shouldn't have to mess with it at all. It's just when you're pulling on it, it almost, you can't tell if it's behind this or in front of this. It'll come out without messing with this. Again, there's the firewall hole, and to the right there, so you got the firewall hole, that's where that cable went through. And I'll try to show you some shots in the engine, but it's probably not going to come out because there's not a lot of room to see in there. But that's all you got to do is take those bolts out, and then the whole thing pulls out. You got to clear that little lip there, but that's not hard. That's it. See if this will come up on the deal here. Right back there, let's try to zoom in. You can see that post right there. That's where I took that cable off. And you can sort of see a hole right there. That's the big hole. You this out from the inside, and I don't think you can see the other hole, but then that cable, there's another hole for that cable. And so you don't have to do too much on this end, just take that cable off that lever that I showed you, and then you do all the rest of the work from the inside. And of course you take the radiator hose off. I'll swing over and see if I can get a shot of where those will go from this side here. Yeah, you can't really see it. It's just right below that bracket. But you just use a pair of pliers and get the clamps off the radiator hose. In fact, there's my pliers right there. Recommend these really long ones. I don't know, these like 16 inches or something, I don't know. But you can get down or grab the clamp, get the hose off from this side, and then pull it out from the other side. And that's how you get it out.